Glad I have a pause feature, because, yeah, okay, so, basically, so God loves sacrifices in the Bible, and if you look at bulls, they're so strong, they're such a powerful animal, so how can you utilize this information about animals? Well, dreams, you can interpret them in dreams, you can have them as synchronicities, so when you see a lot of bulls on your phone, what do I mean by bulls on your phone? Well, if you go through a website, I can't stand it when people vape. I'm sorry, guys. I can smell it from a far distance, too. If you vape, then I'll make a whole video about that, because they're actually putting something in that. But basically, bulls are very strong. They're very mighty. And you can't really mess with a bull in the wild. Like, they'll just run you over. A bull or a cow. Bull's the male one, cow's the female. You guys don't know. Bovine. I'm just going to say bovine. So, they're so mighty and powerful and strong. So, we can look at them and be like, okay, when you see one run, and the thing about a bull is they get very mad very easily. So, at least the older ones. Depends where you are. Not all genetics are. So, I can't really, I mean, generally for the sake of properties of animals, yeah. So, what other animals do I want to desire to talk about? I don't like the word want. Swans are cool. They're very aggressive. So basically, when you see swans, it's talking about. I'm gonna switch animals because I've had some experiences with swans before, with family members getting attacked by swans. So let me switch video topics. So let's just say they're very aggressive, but they're very pure at the same time. It doesn't make sense. Turtles. Turtles hold their homes on their back, basically meaning, and that's a heavy duty for them to do, but it's also comfortable for them. So a turtle has to do with representation of stability. Their shell is actually a seal. I'm just gonna say that right now. A little secret about turtles is God put basically a Solomonic seal on turtles' backs. Not going to tell you what to do with that information because no one's going to be able to access it. So, their back is a rune. You see these runes that people draw for their demonic deities, that seal on the turtle's back actually represents a calming vibration. So I'm going to go to the next one is frogs, because I'm going to hop around so I can talk about a couple of them. Frogs are very healing. Their ribbit, it actually heals the environment. So, sound can cleanse the air. Frogs can run off demons. That's why demons have problems with frogs. That's why they can inhabit certain frogs. It's because it's like taking God's weapon and flipping it around. That's another animal I can talk about. Ooh, snakes. God likes snakes. So, with snakes, they're actually very cool. So, snakes on Earth are different than snakes in the heavens. Snakes are actually very protective. So, I'm going to talk about another one soon. They're very cool because they're very protective in the heavenly realms. They are. I can talk more about what else is out there that you guys don't know. There are flying snakes, but not here on Earth. There's different forms of flying snakes, which I can't talk about. No, we're not talking about animals that are not on this planet. So what else? Amphitheaters or whatever they're called. I'm seeing mythological creatures. All those mythological creatures are all real. They are all real. I'm not going to say anything else. 100% of them are real. I like this video. Fish are very free, so when I eat fish, and that's the thing, when I eat fish, I know where it's been. Because I can see it swimming around, I can see it going fast, I can see its interactions with other fish. So if the fish comes from a place that's a good restaurant, or a good place that gets fish, then you know it's good. Some fish, like for example, when you go to the grocery store or whatever, you can see through the eyes of the fish you eat, and you can see them all in a tank, and they're all stressed out and they're being farmed. Versus some fish is freshly caught, and you're like, okay, this one has a better energy. So you are what you eat. You better consume an energy that benefits you. I can talk about fruits in the future. What happens when you eat fruits? So personally, I'm pescatarian. I eat fish. I do not touch beef. I liked the taste of it back then. my body kicked me off after I went on a spiritual journey. Let's just say that. When you open up a certain gift, I can't talk more much about it. I have to keep what I talk about a secret because the information I know shouldn't really get out. I'm just gonna say certain things. That's the end of this video. For the people who I talk to one-on-one, they get the special information. YouTube, people in the general public, and I'm not gatekeeping information. Some of it's too sensitive. I'm actually helping you guys because, for example, I'm like, okay, you can open your clairaudience to the heavenly realms by listening to this audio, and someone tried it and they went deaf, and it's like, oh great, yay. Versus because they did it the wrong way, and they were not being a good person. They were being really bad and stealing from people and being greedy. And that person's definite. Hearing aid, and when you ask them about it, they're like, well, it's headphones. It's like, no, it's not headphones. You tried something you shouldn't have. But if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. God bless all of you. Ciao.